Museum. The Prince Henry Hospital Nursing and Medical Museum is the name of the place we're going to today. And we're going to take a look here. Yes, as we go, when you go to the Nearpod website to go in and access the virtual field trip here, let me refresh this, take a look here. You're going to go to the website here. When you go to the website here, you'll enter, you'll see this arrow here, or you'll see this green, it's a history view, and you need to move down a little bit and click here and click to start VR field trip here. I'll click here to start the VR field trip. And when you go inside, you'll see this nurse here, this mannequin of a nurse in a wheelchair, and there'll be some information here. And this is how you're going to enter into our virtual field trip, And our virtual field trip here is going to be at this the Prince Henry Hospital Nursing and Medical Museum in Sydney, Australia, in a place called Little Bay. And we're going to go here first. I'm going to click over and switch over to this so we get an outside view here. And I'm going to go click down here in this bottom corner. You have the full screen. So we get a nice full screen view here to take a look and see. And I'm going to click over here and just make this smaller. Yes. And you can see this is the outside view of the Prince Henry Hospital Nursing and Medical Museum in Australia. You can see we're here. It's in a very different looking place. It's not in Taiwan. Yes, place that's rather different from here in Australia. And we're going to go inside and click on this person here to walk inside. So we're going to go here and go into the entrance here of the Prince Henry Museum here. Yes, the Nursing and Medical Museum here. Yes, and go here and we click here on these little circles that we have here. When you click on the circles, it'll take you to a new place, take you a new location. So you can walk through and move through the museum. Yes, and here we have a floor plan. And if you click up here in this little box up here and it drops down, there's different rooms you can go to see different things if you click on these rooms. Yes. But I'm not going to go on these right now. You can click on this less thing and it'll make it go away so you can see the full screen. And we'll go back over here and we're clicking on here. You can also click on these little dots, which will give you different kinds of information here. Yes. Visitor books and information, for example, here. Click on this circle here to get very close to this mannequin of the nurse. And we can see here a very early wheelchair, one of the very first wheelchairs, a very old wooden wheelchair. We have an example here at the Prince Henry Hospital of Medicine here. And taking a look a little bit down here to get a sense of history here, a little bit of history. And this hospital was to help deal with epidemic like we're dealing right now with the COVID epidemic. And this is a place for isolation to keep people or patients who had different kinds of illnesses away from other people so they wouldn't get sick and we could treat them to help them get better, Yes, and this hospital was first opened up in 1881. Yes, here in Australia. Yes, and we have different offices that are down here for the people that work here at the hospital museum. And we're going to go down this way there. You clicking on these different circles here first. And we're walking a little bit more of the history here, taking a look back. There's different information about the history from 1938 to 1930s over here. The Prince Henry Hospital, the founding, yes, the pioneering, yes, pioneering ideas behind this, and then going here to help people and dealing with different illnesses, yes, and the specialties and teaching here, which is very important as well at the Prince Henry Hospital here as well, yes, and different times throughout the different times through the 1950s, 1940s, yes, the 1960s. There's different history things about the hospital and understanding nursing here. Taking a look here, yes, we can go to this circle here, going into the next pathway here. You can see a little bit here, research and nursing, yes. And this is utility room, yes. And looking here, looking down the hallway, yes. And here to 2003, yes, when they first opened up, yes, opened up the museum here, so turning into a museum, this old ward. Now looking down here, so we go down the hallway. Yes, this hallway is much more like where we would be inside a hospital. So taking a look here, yes, taking a look. You can see there's different rooms for patients rooms here, and different lab rooms where they treat and take care of things. We're going to this lab room here and take a look. Yes, click on the circle here. You can see there's different treatments here. We have different kinds of medicine, lots of different medicines that we have here to treatment in this old lab. Yes, and scales to measure and weigh things. Yes, different things for different levels of medicine to give people the right amount. There's a room for medicine and washing hands and taking care of ourselves whenever we go to the hospital. Yes. And taking a look down here is a digital library. Looking down here, there's another room here. Patients, you can look inside. This is a ward where the patients might be. There's one bed and there's another bed, and there's a mannequin of a nurse there, and there's a gurney. But we can jump inside too. If you click on the circles, you can actually go inside and get very close. Yes, we're right next to the mannequin. You can see right here. Yes, the mannequin right there. You can see the beds. Yes, the beds. Yes, and the gurney with the wheel a patient on. Yes, and different outfits that the nurses wear. Yes, to help take care of people. And there's one of a doctor down here. We can take a look Let's jump over here a little bit further in. Yes, taking a little closer here. Over here. Yes, you can see here's a doctor. Yes, a doctor in his outfit and different things that the doctors might use in the hospital. Yes, different kinds of instruments we might use to take different examinations to see what's wrong with patients and the different beds they might have. Yes, and here's a more contemporary computer scan that we have to help people. Yes, yes. And some of these older ones that we've had from a much longer period of time. Yes, and strictly no visiting. Yes, yes. And there's a very important thing at the hospital too. There's periods where you cannot go and visit someone when at the hospital. Between 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. people have to take a break. That's when I have to get some more rest, because a hospital is a place for rest and recovery. So people can't always go inside a hospital if you ever have to go to one. Yes, yes, going here and taking a look here. Yes, hopefully nobody has to, but sometimes you may have to sometime in the future. It's good to know what it's like inside of a hospital. Yes, and there's different other things we have here. We can see over here, example of some x-rays. X-rays are used to take a look, to get a picture inside of the human body. Yes, x-rays over here. Yes, and we have other machines as well, many kinds of machines. And going into this room here, we have a little bit of kind of a maternity room where they take care of little babies. You can see this kind of these little boxes for very babies that are born very early. They would use these little boxes to help to take care of babies, and so they can't get sick from things from the outside that could touch their bodies and affect them. Yes, and you see a very old high chair to feed the babies here, and a tricycle. Another place for young children who are very sick, to cover them up, to protect them from spreading any illness or disease. Yes, hopefully nobody has to go to any place like this. Yes, yes. And taking a look here. Yes. Yes, and taking a look here, understanding more about visiting here in this hospital. Yes, understand the hospital. And this might be where you have to go to the hospital and you have to tell people. Yes, when you go to the receptionist desk, and the receptionist may sit here and you have to register for an appointment. And then there's the nurses and the doctors in the back that you might see. Yes, and here is a hospital room here, an examination with a big examination. Yes, a kind of treatment facility here. Yes, and another room for the patients. Yes, and there's some other rooms here. We also have another patient room. This might be an examination room, just to give a patient an exam to see how they're doing, maybe a general examination. Or if the patients need to stay inside, they might stay in one of those rooms as well. Another room that we have here, they also have an example of, is a dentist office. If you ever go to the dentist, get your teeth taken a look at. You can see here is an old dentist chair, the old dentist chair with the drill, yes, and the light to take a look inside of your mouth. Yes, just to check your teeth as well. Yes, going to the dentist. Yes, taking a look over here. Yes, yes. Yes, there's another room here with different displays. We're going behind the receptionist desk. You get a sense of what it's like to go back here. You can see there's these different switches and buttons and telephones, probably to connect with different people inside of the hospital, let them know you're ready for their appointment. And another examination with different kinds of equipment to take a look and examine patients. Usually this is probably for an X-ray room, and a very old X-ray equipment to get X-rays. Yes, those X-rays, so we can look inside of the body to see how people are doing. Yes, yes, and taking a look down here. We're going to go back down the hallway here again. Going back down the hallway, going this way. Another circle here, moving down and moving down here, moving down the hallway. Circles, finding the circles. And once you click on the circles, it'll take you to the right place. Yes, good. And we have our entrance way right here. Take a look here. And you can take a look here inside this room. There's other kinds of equipment as well. Many different kinds of equipment in here. We can take a look. See, you can see there's a doctor. Many different kinds of medical equipment that the doctors might use. Machines and forceps. Yes, it's another things that some doctors might use to give an examination. Different kinds of examinations. Yes. Many different kinds of machines and an examination table, an old examination table as well. So now we're going to turn around and go back out this way. Taking a look here. See those different machines that do all sorts of different things. You close up look and see what kind of, say some things on the wall, but it's not very clear. So if you can find something, information, or a little dot to give you information, it's very helpful. Yes, very helpful. Yes, and we're going this way, going back down the hallway. We've seen all of these rooms. Now going back to this way, going back this way, going down the hallway, going down the hallway this way. Yes. Going down this hallway. Yes, and we're back here to the entranceway that we have here, and then we're going to go down across the entranceway and going back down the other opposite hallway. Yes, going to this big room down here, past the offices. That's all the main offices here. And taking a look here at There's a history center about, yes, more history about the Prince Henry Hospital here. And you can also see the different variations of different clothes that nurses used to wear. Yes, the clothing and the styles of dress. And we have some other medical things. We get a good idea of examination here, and different kinds of hats that they used to wear here as well. Yes, take a look here. Different little plastic examples of different parts of the human body. Yes, the stomach, and yes, the stomach and the ear. Yes, and the brain and the nervous system, different parts of the human body that we have to take care of here. Different hats and medical coverings that nurses once wore. Yes, that don't wear as much now. We're in different styles, and we also have, yes, the skeleton. Yes, this example of a human skeleton right there. Yes. And taking a look here, different kinds of things we see here. And there's some history here as well. If you're taking a look here, a lot of history, a little picture of history about different disasters that people have been through. There's a fly flying in my face, or a mosquito. Ooh, hopefully not a mosquito. Yes, and different things here. Taking a look and going down the hallway here. Yes, let's take a look going down, taking a look through everything. There's different displays here. We're going to walk all the way down to the very end here. You can see I have a big gathering area. People can gather here. Yes, where they gather and they have big meetings here. And there's a piano as well, where people used to play the piano in the old hospital to keep people jolly and entertained. And we have some different displays here, different plates and other wares from the Prince Henry Hospital, and an old bicycle as well. Yes, and taking a look down here. Yes, and we can go through. Yes, go through a little bit of the history. So as we walk through here, there's a little history about the Prince Henry Hospital as well. The Prince Henry Hospital. You're getting an idea of different people related to the very early days of the Prince Henry Hospital. Some nurses who did extraordinary work for the community here in Sydney, in this area of Sydney, I imagine. Yes. Taking a look here. Yes. Here. Yes, it's trying to help people, doing the best thing. The different people who have experienced the history of the hospital. And there's so much history of it. It's a much older hospital here in this place. And then taking a look here. And we're going over here by the last check, those nurses that we saw here. There's mannequins of nurses. Yes. There's mannequins of nurses. Yes, mannequins. And taking a look over here. Yes, over here. And you see there's a display here of different kinds of memorabilia, things that you can purchase here as well. Hats and knit scarves as well. They have different things for on display here at the hospital, and other things in here also as well. Yes, to remember memorabilia about the history of nursing and the importance of nursing. Nurses are very important people who do a lot of work to help doctors, especially because doctors are very busy people who have to examine a lot of patients, and nurses are always there to help people. To help the doctors take care of patients. So the importance of nurses is very, very crucial to health. It's very important to have these people to work in our healthcare societies to help take care of our people, because we have doctors, but we only have so few doctors that we need more people to actually help and assist them, like doctors and nurses and PAs and PTs and many different other kinds of people in medical professions to help out and assist them. So now we're going to go back down here, going to the very end and back to the entrance way down here at the very beginning of where we all started, as it's loading slowly here. Yes, to the very end here, the entrance, back to the entrance of the Prince Henry Hospital. And now this is the end of our virtual field trip. I hope you enjoyed it. Now at the very end of the PPT, of the Nearpod lesson, you can record an answer. You can record an answer to tell me what you liked, or you can draw a picture to let me know about what you liked about this virtual field trip. And I hope to see you guys again sometime soon. Stay healthy and stay well. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.